Hey, it's DJ Cooch. Hi, DJ.
What's up? What's going on?
Well, we're here trying to be comedians, and you got a head start on me. I only started 6 years ago. How long ago did you start in?
I started in 2004, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's been a minute for me.
Yeah. What's the funnest thing you've experienced in comedy?
As far as, what do you mean by that? Experience as far as an event or going to a place? What?
Like when you've been on stage or greeting your fans after a show before, what's the funnest thing that's ever happened? Other than they want to go party with you, I'm supposing.
Actually, I don't know. The funnest thing that's ever happened is just be able to perform for a bunch of people that don't know who you are. Sometimes that's the funnest thing of comedy. I mean, becoming but no doubt, there's gonna be some cool stuff. But I think the funnest thing to me is just to perform.
Yes. Well, you perform very well. You knock it out of the park.
Thank you.
And I was so impressed with you and your comedy that I wanted to meet you afterwards. Sometimes I don't go up to people if they don't impress me, but you impressed me at the Dirty Show.
That's cool. All right, cool.
Isn't that a great show over there at South Point?
Oh, that's one of my favorite shows up there, man. The Dirty at 12:30, awesome.
Me too.
I can't wait to go back up on that stage. It's awesome there.
Yeah, it's one of those shows that I always want to go to, but I really don't have a desire to try to get to the point where I perform there. I just want to go and see all the talent there.
If anything, a comic at your age in comic, doing 6 years, I think you go there and learn. The one thing I did when I started doing comedy, first 4 or 5 years, 6 years, up to 6 years, I would go all the time just to go watch people and not to mimic them, but to kind of learn what comedy is and how to structure a joke and what was it that made me laugh about that particular sentence or that particular line. Was it a face? Was it the whole punchline? Was it the story? So that's what you have to go do, especially at a show like that. You would go, look at people. I mean, because perfect example for that particular show is like they come ready to laugh. The audience comes ready to laugh, and they get the best. So if you do well there, if you do good, you're gonna go see some heavy hitters, and that's really awesome to go and experience that and watch it.
It is. It's like getting a master's degree. When you get that opportunity to watch people at your level, it's really great. And then you get to meet them and know them, and oh my gosh.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But yeah, I sit and dissect what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And some people, I like David Letterman, for instance. It took a lot of people like a long minute to like him and get on board with he's just a smart aleck. That's, but people fell in love with him by watching him over and over. Some comics, I don't know about you have to watch him over and over to get it. But with you, it was like instant. Thank
you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So you're from Southern California, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm from Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. And so, like you got into the comedy scene, and did you take off right away out the gate?
No, not at all. Not at all. I got into it by accident.
I want to hear this.
No, I'm a real DJ besides being a comedian, and I DJ for, a lot of places in Hollywood, especially like Universal Studios. And I just happened to be at the right place at the right time, ended up emceeing an event. And they told me to do some time, which I didn't even know what to do. I just went up there and I just talked and made people laugh without even knowing. And the next day, this is how long it's been. I went on America Online and I searched how to be a comedian. and I saw some classes being given in my area at the Ontario Improv, and I took some. I just went to take some classes. I told one of my friends, Don Hefty, very funny comedian, and told him, hey, let's go do these comedy classes. If anything, it's going to help us how to be better DJs. We'll know how to talk on the mic and all that stuff a little bit better. And I don't know, man, it became like a drug.
Yes.
Some people, it was a comedy class, I believe, like 10 or 12 people. off of that class, some people just took it serious. Who came out of that class was like Becky Buckwild from The Flavor of Love, Charlene Yee, who's been in a bunch of movies, and I took it serious. I just once you did it, it was like a drug. You just don't want to stop, and you get more into it. You start studying comedy. I never thought in my life I'd be a comedian. Not at all.
Really? It was my dream ever since I was little. Because I'm part Jewish, and I grew up watching all of the Jewish greats, and I always wanted to do that. What
That's
they're
awesome.
doing.
Yeah, and that's the beauty about having the internet now, where you could study everybody from from Don Rickles, Lenny Bruce, all the way to now, and just kind of see everybody's style and even compare your style and try to find out who your voice. Your whole goal, especially being a comic, your whole goal is to find your voice, who really you are. Not what's funny, not what's. It's about telling that one story and making yourself original, and that's the heart of a comic. And in my opinion, that's my opinion, but that's what it should be and how it should be.
One tip I got, I don't know if you know who Paul Lyons in Philly is, but he does a lot of cruise ships and headlining out there in the East Coast. But he told me once when he saw me do my shtick at a graduation show in Pennsylvania, he said, "Have you ever thought about the word authentic?" And so, I got depressed for a couple weeks, and then I looked up what is authentic, because I didn't have a clue. And then when I got a handle on who the hell am I, and what are they seeing that on stage? Because you got to sync those two up.
Your biggest critic is always going to be you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what you really want, like I said, what you want to leave on that stage, what you want the audience to be. What is what you want to leave them? The gem about you as an entertainer. So the whole goal, we're never happy with our sets. We're never happy with what we do.
Never.
We're always going to try to write. We're always going to try to add something to a bit or whatever. But the main goal is to find who you are and how do you want to translate that.
Yes.
I have when I go up on stage, my mentality is like I got maximum 1 minute to let everybody know we're going to be okay. I'm the bus driver and I'm taking everybody on this bus ride. So, it's finding that character of how I want to be portrayed on stage. How I want, the confidence, not to make it confident and not make it cocky, to make it funny and not make it, kind of sarcastic or I always make myself being the pun of the joke, at the end of the story, because it's a story about me, and it should be. I never make fun of people and make them feel bad and inferior to what I'm doing on stage.
I love that. That's probably why I instantly bonded with who you were.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that would explain it. You have a lot of fans on here watching, more than anybody in my last 56 interviews.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Comedian Miss Arkansas, excuse me 1 second here, my screen moved. I blame it on the screen, but I did it. So anyway, Comedian Miss Arkansas says to tell you hello.
Tell us what's up. How are you? Hope all is well. Stay safe out there.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And so right now, this is the worst I've seen in any 69 of my years of a worldwide catastrophe. And yet they're saying that comedy is not essential, when it's actually life-saving and transformative. So, having you on here to spread a little light and sunshine to people is helpful to people that are going to watch this.
Thank you. I don't know what sunshine. I'm kind of still in my sleepy mode, but it's okay,
Thank you so much for the time. Do you have anything? You've given a lot of tips to comics who are like me at the newer end of the spectrum, but what do you have for humans out there that are struggling to can you give any comedic way of coping or any observational comedy about not necessarily this, but just life and coping?
You know what? I mean, the main goal, be it pro, be it negative, left or right or whatever, there's so much drama. Unfortunately, with the internet now, giving people that shouldn't be talking a voice,
Yeah.
and it's my opinion is let's stay positive. Learning everything is a lesson. I take everything that I do, everything that happens to me, be it good or bad, it's always going to be a lesson. If anything, for example, I've learned from this is like, look, from now on, I think I need to save a little bit more money because you never know. You know what? From now on, I think I appreciate the things that are going on now. I get to spend more time with people I love. I'm checking up more on people that I care about, which I wasn't doing, because you're selfish with your own life. So take the pros out of everything. Take the pros out of whatever this happens, whatever's going to go on with us right now. Just take the positive out of it and appreciate every day that you wake up, because some people are not waking up, so we gotta appreciate what the powers that be have given us, and to just be positive and enjoy life, man.
So, because of this scenario, the pandemic, have you come up with something that you're going to actually modify in your comedy life, or
if you're a comic, you should be writing already. You should be writing your story. There's going to be thousands and thousands of jokes about coronavirus right after this, about how everybody was broke, about, how many babies were born and all that stuff. My advice is talk about your experience. What happened to you? Meanwhile, you had that, how just, and try to translate that. Because in some way, shape, or form, this is the only subject that every single person will know exactly what you're talking about, no matter where you are. If you're in London, if I'm on a cruise ship, if I'm on the other side of the world, it doesn't matter. They're all going to relate in some shape or form. So it's my job to try to find the funny shit out of that.
Wow, that's amazing. At what point, we should start a little wager, since all the casinos have shut down betting, we should have a little wager. At what point do you think that coronavirus jokes, how many days after we reopen, do you think coronavirus jokes will become hack?
Oh, God, it'll take about a year and a half easily.
Cool, yeah. I'll start writing them. I was going to avoid it like the plague.
You'll be able to, you know what, if you should, as a comic, you should be talking about whatever's going on in this world. That's one thing, even if it's a quick bit or a quick line. I mean, you have your bits, but you always add and add and add and add. Most definitely, I'll probably do some Corona stuff, but, I think, if I see 5 comics go up before me, or, one comic go up before me and talk about it, I'm not going to talk about it. I'll talk about me.
Got it. Wonderful advice. So you're coping real well because you have a strong mental attitude in life. So in your comedy, like, people here that are watching you and have never seen you on stage, or just taking my word that you're great on stage, is there anything funny you want to say to them?
As far as what?
Like, is there any favorite bit of yours, or a couple favorite jokes on any topic you'd like to?
Every joke I do is my favorite joke, because people laughed at it, man. Everything I say, and when somebody reacts, I mean, for every action you get a reaction. That's a fucking favorite thing for me. You know what I mean?
Wow.
There've been more times I've said things and they're not funny, and they don't get the laughter that I want. So all my jokes are my favorite jokes. All my bits are my favorite bits, because somebody actually appreciated it. Somebody sat there and listened to it and laughed. Of course, there's some people that don't laugh sometimes. You know what? You can't get them all. I'm not a golden coin. You know what I mean? Not everybody's gonna like me. But yeah, for those people that don't know who I am, just Google me. Just search, and if you like it, cool. Keep watching. If you don't, hey, cool, man. Maybe the next day I'll get you.
Now, at my level, I'm not financially hit hard by this. But if you have a Venmo or a PayPal or something like that, and you want donations, do you want to shout out what that is?
I am good. God is good with me. I have people that care about me. I have, you know what? Let's worry about the other comics that are struggling right now.
Absolutely. Find a comic that's struggling. Absolutely.
Yeah, if you see a comedian, a lot of these guys, this is all they're doing. And, they're out there making their night. They don't make thousands of dollars. They don't make hundreds of dollars. They just make whatever set there is. I wouldn't, if you guys know of any comic that's actually struggling out there, man, yeah, most definitely, try to help them out. Anybody. It doesn't have to be a comic. Just anybody. There's entertainers, there's musicians, there's dancers. You got to look at it this way. Las Vegas alone how many people are out right now without a job. Once the gig is up, it's up. And right now, we don't know how long this is going to last. So if you know anyone, send them some food or something. If they're a friend of yours, like, hey, man, I'm buying you lunch. I'm sending you some food, or I'm sending you something on Amazon, something.
You're getting thumbs up from people.
No, that's true. I'm being honest.
Yes, you are. Well, I appreciate you taking time for this interview. Is there anything that you want to say as a parting comment at all?
Just stay blessed, stay safe, stay your asses at home. That's the one thing you guys got to do, right? And we'll be fine.
I don't know why I thought that I could interview comics and hold a phone still.
No, that's good. You did good. You did good.
Thank you so much, DJ Cooch.
All right. God bless you. Have a great day. Stay safe.
God bless you. Bye. What a fantastic interview.